Hi, my name is Joby and I'm a certified Florida teacher. Today, we're going to be going over the FTCE General Knowledge Test, also known as the GK082. Now, as you know, this test has 4 different subsets, so today we're going to be focusing solely on the mathematics section. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so problem 1, what is the number 0.000450000 expressed in scientific notation? Scientific notation is simply another way for us to write numbers, and we write scientific notation with exponents. The reason why some exponents are positive and some exponents are negative when we deal with scientific notation is because the sign of the exponent lets us know which direction we are going to go with our decimal. So if we have a positive exponent, we're going to go to the right. If we have a negative exponent, we're going to move that decimal place to the left. Now, what you'll notice is some of them have a positive exponent and some of them have a negative exponent. So our first answer choice is 4.500 times 10 to the power of 4. Now, because that is 10 to the power of 4 and that 4 is positive, we are going to move that decimal place 4 places to the right. Now, when we move our decimal 4 places to the right, we end up with 45,000. 45,000 is not the number that we have above, so we know the first answer is not it. Moving on to our second option, we have 4.500 times 10 to the negative 4. And now we're going to move our decimal place 4 places to the left because, again, that negative sign. Any spaces that you end up with, you just fill them with zeros. So now, after moving that decimal place over, we have 0.0004500, and that is the same number that we wanted to find in the first place. So we know that option 2 is the correct choice. Next up, we have problem number 2. When a button is pressed, a computer program will randomly give an odd number that is greater than 1 and smaller than 13. If you press the button once, what is the number of possible outcomes? So here we're dealing with probability. What are the parameters or what are the qualifications for the kind of number that we're looking for? It has to be an odd number, it has to be greater than 1, and it has to be smaller than 13. If we look at all of the numbers between 1 and 13 that are odd, we have 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So the question wants to know how many possible choices can we get within those 3 parameters that we've been given. And if we look, we have 5 choices. So now we're going to look for what the correct answer is. And our second answer, number 5. Question number 3. Which of the following rational numbers is not an integer? So what exactly are integers? Well, integers are simply natural numbers, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, any kind of counting number, negative numbers, and 0. So which one of these 4 choices is not a natural or a counting number, a negative number, or 0? Well, it looks like the first choice. So our answer to this question is the first option, 1/2. All right, we are doing good. Keep going. The practice is helping, I promise you. Problem number 4. Problem number 4 is what we call a word problem. Now, I want you to get into the habit of, once you're given information in a word problem, writing information down as you go along so that you can begin to make sense of it. Because if you just try to read everything and come up with an answer off of the top of your head, you're more likely to make mistakes. A group of students needs to sell 1,000 tickets for a benefit concert. So 1,000 tickets is the goal. Write that down. James sold twice as many as John did. So James sold twice as many as John did. Now, I'm representing the number of tickets that John sold as the variable X. Why? Because we don't know how many tickets John sold as of yet. And whenever we don't know what a number is, we use a variable to represent it. And the most common variable in algebra is X. But you can really use any variable that you want to represent that unknown number. Now, the reason why I put 2x is because we know that James has 2 times whatever John has. If John has sold X amount of tickets, that means James has sold 2 times X. And that's why that says 2x. Bob sold half the number of tickets that John sold. So for Bob, I've written X divided by 2. If John sold 200 tickets, how many were left unsold? Now we know how many tickets John sold, which basically means we know what X is. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 200 everywhere that I see an X. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the math and add up all the tickets that we've sold. All 3 of them have sold 700 tickets together. Now, let's go back to the beginning of our problem. It says that 1,000 tickets needed to be sold. And so if we've sold 700, but we need 1,000, how many tickets do we need to continue to sell? How many tickets do we have left? Exactly, 1,000 minus 700. And that is 300 tickets. So our answer is our third option choice, 300. I hope this video was really helpful for you. If you need help with any more kinds of questions or you need more resources, listen, we have plenty more here on study.com. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you in another session.